Hey everybody, I just want to give a quick, very important message about this guy, Ted Cruz. He is running for re-election here in 2024 as a U.S. Senator from Texas, and what to do with him. So if you're a lawmaker or anybody in an important position representing a lot of people, you're going to want to have integrity, honor, and reputation. So when it comes to Ted Cruz, integrity is out the window, because the simple fact of the matter is that while he is supposed to be representing the people of Texas, when we were all freezing and did not have power and were just trying to survive during an insane winter storm a couple of years ago, he went to Cancun and abandoned his post and abandoned his people here in the state of Texas in favor of going to a warm tropical beach environment. There's no integrity in that when you're supposed to be with the people that voted you in, not taking off to another country and escaping the challenge. Honor. There's no honor in Ted Cruz for so many reasons, okay? You can really find a lot of bad decisions that didn't have any honor. The one that comes to mind most was after the previous presidential election. He was not in favor of certifying the election results, even after dozens and dozens of courts looked into the election. Investigations were run left and right, and there was nothing that found that the election would have been changed in its results if things were done differently. But he still didn't want to certify the election results, which obviously led to a lot of problems, and people lose faith in democracy, which is something that we have a lot to be grateful for in the United States, and he did not honor that. So he did not honor his position to the U.S. as a U.S. Senator. He was trying to go around a very important rule of certifying our democratic election. Reputation. John Boehner, the former Republican, let me make that clear, Republican just like Ted Cruz, Speaker of the U.S. House, okay, got along with really almost everybody. He said publicly that Ted Cruz basically was, I'm not going to say the full phrase, but he said he has never worked with a more miserable son of a blank in his life. This is a Republican Speaker of the House, one of the biggest positions in U.S. government, said he's never worked with a more miserable son of a blank in his life, and then called him, I'm trying to think of the exact word. It was like a devil in disguise or Antichrist or something. I can't remember. You can look it up on the internet. But he really wasn't a fan. There are so many people in Washington. But the point is, Republican people that you can find that do not like this guy. And these are his colleagues that work for the same, we're all supposed to be on the same team, but in the U.S. we have a very partisan environment. His own Republican teammates oftentimes don't like him. If we want to talk about integrity, honor, and reputation, and try to keep the partisanship out of it and use common sense, our other senator here in Texas, the other Republican senator, John Cornyn, he has got all three of these things. You might not love his politics, but John Cornyn is a good person, and he represents the people and holds his position the way that you should. Ted Cruz has no integrity, no honor, and he has a horrible reputation. It's just because he has such blatant self-interest, a really just like difficult to like personality. And he just puts his own selfish ways before the country and before his state. And that is not somebody you want to elect. So at the end of the day, the partisanship that is really have been controlling our country recently, the Democrat versus Republican, let's go ahead and get the Republican thing out the window, the Democratic thing out the window, and go ahead and put some faith and time and decision making behind doing the right thing. It's not the Republican thing, it's not the Democratic thing. Let's do the right thing and give Ted what he wants. And let's say nicely and clearly, adios Ted Cruz, you can go to Cancun for as long as you want, because Texas deserves somebody who's going to stick with its citizens, do the right thing for our country, and not make any excuses for doing anything else. So hey, like I said, let's just do the right thing, get this guy out of office, and find somebody who will embody integrity, honor, and reputation, like our other Senator John Cornyn, and pretty much almost anybody can do a better job than him. This is not a partisan message. This is just a common sense message. These are all facts. Look it up for yourself. Adios, Ted. Enjoy Cancun. Thanks, everybody.